Scandals of the richest people. Money, power, greed. A dangerous mix that's created some of history's most shocking scandals. Today, we're exposing 8 billionaire secrets that shook the foundations of wealth and power. From massive frauds to tech empire collapses, these are the dark stories the ultra-wealthy never wanted you to hear. Stay with me, because the final scandal changed how we view money forever. Number 1. Jeffrey Epstein's Dark Empire. Jeffrey Epstein built a fortune worth $577 million through mysterious financial dealings. But his real power came from his connections, hanging out with presidents, royalty, and business titans on his private jet nicknamed the Lolita Express and his private island in the Caribbean. Behind this glamorous facade lurked something sinister. FBI investigations revealed Epstein ran a massive trafficking network targeting underage girls. Despite a 2008 conviction, he walked away with just 13 months in a private wing of a county jail, thanks to a shocking deal with prosecutors. Everything crumbled in July 2019. Federal agents arrested Epstein at New Jersey's Teterboro Airport on sex trafficking charges. His black book exposed connections to some of the world's most powerful figures, sending shockwaves through elite circles. Then came the twist. Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell in August 2019. Though officially ruled suicide, the circumstances raised questions. 2 cameras malfunctioned, guards fell asleep, and his hyoid bone was broken in a way often seen in strangulation. Today, investigations continue. His $577 million estate is being liquidated to compensate victims, while his partner Ghislaine Maxwell serves a 20-year sentence. The full truth about his empire of darkness may never come to light. Number 2. Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos. At just 19, Elizabeth Holmes dropped out of Stanford with a promise that would revolutionize healthcare. She claimed her company Theranos could run hundreds of tests from a single drop of blood. Investors poured in billions, shooting her net worth to $4.5 billion and making her the world's youngest self-made female billionaire. But it was all smoke and mirrors. Behind closed doors, Theranos used traditional blood testing machines while hiding failing results. The company even diluted blood samples to run tests their machines couldn't handle, putting real patients at risk. Wall Street Journal reporter John Carreyrou exposed the truth in 2015. Their miracle machines never worked. Holmes had been showing fake demonstrations to investors, even faking test results for terminally ill patients. The empire crumbled fast. In January 2022, Holmes was found guilty on 4 counts of defrauding investors. The verdict? 11 years in prison and $452 million in restitution. The Silicon Valley darling who once graced magazine covers now faces over a decade behind bars. Number 3. Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. For decades, Bernie Madoff fooled everyone. As chairman of NASDAQ and founder of Wall Street's top market-making firms, he seemed untouchable. His investment fund promised steady 10% returns no matter what the market did. The elite begged to invest with him. The truth? It was the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. $64.8 billion of lies. Madoff never made a single legitimate investment. Instead, he used new investors' money to pay earlier ones, keeping the scheme alive for over 30 years. December 2008 changed everything. As markets crashed and investors wanted their money back, the house of cards collapsed. Madoff confessed to his sons, who turned him in. The damage was devastating. Life savings vanished, charities collapsed, and some victims lost everything. The judge showed no mercy. Madoff got 150 years in prison and was ordered to forfeit $170 billion. He died in prison in 2021, but his scheme's impact lives on. Many victims still haven't recovered their losses, and some families lost generations of wealth overnight. Number 4. Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX collapse. At just 30, Sam Bankman-Fried built a $32 billion crypto empire. FTX became the world's second-largest crypto exchange, with SBF's face plastered across Super Bowl ads and stadium deals. The curly-haired guy in shorts was suddenly worth $26 billion. Then, November 2022 hit. A leaked document revealed FTX was secretly taking customer funds to cover losses at his trading firm, Alameda Research. Within 48 hours, panic spread. Customers rushed to withdraw $6 billion, but their money was gone. Investigators uncovered the ugly truth. SBF had stolen $8 billion in customer deposits, buying luxury homes in the Bahamas, and funneling millions to politicians. His fancy math and promises of effective altruism were just covers for one of history's biggest frauds. The verdict came fast. In November 2023, after just 4 hours of deliberation, a jury found him guilty on all 7 criminal counts. Now the former crypto king faces up to 110 years in prison. His empire reduced to ashes. Number 5. Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street. Before meme stocks and crypto, there was Jordan Belfort. At 26, he turned Stratton Oakmont into a boiler room empire, making $200 million by tricking everyday investors into buying worthless stocks. His brokers pumped up prices, dumped their shares, and left innocent people holding the bag. The money fueled a wild lifestyle, a mansion, a yacht, and $12,000 dinners. His office became infamous for dwarf-tossing parties and wild stunts. But behind the scenes, Belfort was secretly moving millions through Swiss banks and his wife's family. The FBI finally caught up in 1999. The evidence was damning. Belfort had scammed over 1,500 investors, causing $200 million in losses. He took a deal, serving 22 months in prison and agreeing to pay back $110 million to his victims. Today, Belfort still owes millions in restitution. While his story became a hit movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, his real victims never recovered their life savings. The Wolf of Wall Street's true legacy? Thousands of shattered retirement accounts and dreams. Number 6. Alan Stanford's $7 billion fraud. Meet Alan Stanford, a flashy Texas billionaire who owned private islands and sponsored international cricket tournaments. His Stanford International Bank promised incredible returns through certificates of deposit. The secret? It was all fake. For 20 years, Stanford sold $7 billion in phony certificates to 18,000 investors across 113 countries. He claimed to invest in safe securities, but really bought private islands and funded a playboy lifestyle. Even his cricket tournaments were part of the scam designed to build trust with wealthy investors. When investigators finally moved in 2009, they found a maze of lies. Stanford had bribed regulators, faked financial reports, and shredded documents by the truckload. The money trail led to mansions, yachts, and private jets, all bought with victims' retirement savings. The punishment hit hard. 110 years in prison with no possibility of parole. Today, he sits in a high-security prison while victims have recovered less than 5 cents on every dollar they lost. Number 7. Vijay Mallya's banking scandal. The king of good times crashed hard. Vijay Mallya, who inherited India's biggest liquor empire, expanded into airlines with Kingfisher. But behind the flashy parties and cricket teams, he was drowning in debt. By 2016, investigators discovered he'd siphoned $1.3 billion through fake loans from 17 Indian banks. As Kingfisher Airlines collapsed, leaving 3,000 employees unpaid, Mallya fled to London with millions. The twist? He threw a lavish birthday party at his £11.5 million mansion while claiming he couldn't pay his workers. Currently hiding in the UK, Mallya faces extradition for $1.4 billion in defaults. Indian courts have already seized his mansions and declared him India's first financial fugitive. Number 8. John McAfee's final years. The antivirus pioneer's last chapter reads like a thriller. After selling McAfee for millions, John McAfee went rogue. He pumped worthless cryptocurrencies on Twitter, charging $105,000 per tweet while secretly dumping his coins on followers. The IRS caught up in 2020, revealing he'd hidden millions in crypto, real estate, and a yacht, all while dodging $4.2 million in taxes. As authorities closed in, McAfee fled to Spain, living on his yacht and claiming the CIA was after him. The end came in June 2021. Hours after Spain approved his extradition to the U.S., guards found McAfee dead in his prison cell. He faced 30 years for tax evasion and crypto fraud, a tragic end for a tech pioneer turned fugitive. These 8 scandals expose a chilling pattern. When billions meet power, morals often crumble. The victims? Regular people, retirees, small investors, and employees who lost everything while the wealthy played with their lives. Sure, these scandals sparked new regulations. The Madoff case revolutionized SEC oversight. FTX's collapse brought crypto under scrutiny. But right now, more billionaire schemes are likely brewing, hidden behind private jets and offshore accounts. The lesson? Extreme wealth without accountability becomes a weapon. As investigations continue into hidden accounts and secret deals, one question remains: who's next? If you want to stay informed about the hidden world of wealth and power, hit that like button and subscribe. Our next video exposes the secret tactics billionaires use to dodge taxes. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one.